after the expiration of the 14 days, the 2 weeks lockdown, then I'm sure there's still going to be some kind of check on everyone, like what he's saying now. So you will be expecting to see things like that in the coming days. Deeper Life, the church Deeper Life has donated 50 million naira to the FG on this issue to help to fight corona virus, and that's huge coming from Deeper Life church. Chinese doctors in Nigeria on 14 days isolation. You will recall that I told you that they were on their way yesterday, but now they have arrived, and then they will begin their stay by having a 14-day isolation sort of. But then the Nigerian medical associations and the other associations have said that they mustn't treat any patient, because that's still, you remember I mentioned that they had an issue with them coming in the first place. It's like saying that their efforts are not being appreciated. And so these Chinese doctors already in Nigeria now, they have begun their 14-day isolation. 14-day isolation. Lagos State has discharged 7 more coronavirus patients. You see, one of the reasons why Lagos State is taking on doing a door-to-door active case search is basically because the cases are increasing more in Lagos State than every other state. There, like yesterday we had close to 20, in Lagos, and then we had some others in some other states. So when you compare that with others, you see that the cases are increasing more in Lagos State, and that's one of the reasons why they are doing a door-to-door search now. I don't know how that's going to work out. I still do not see the possibility of it, how it's going to work out. If it works out in the areas where we have more elites, the who is who, those places where we have people the big people, so to speak, if it works out in those areas, because you can just come in, hello, I want to see you, and then they will respect it. But then when you go to areas where we have a lot of people, where you have houses that have what they call the face man face you kind of houses, where you have a lot of people living in there, everybody just doing his own thing. I don't know how that's going to work out, but then let's see how it's going to, or how it rolls. But it's good news that Lagos State has discharged 7 more coronavirus patients. They have discharged 7 more coronavirus cases. That's very good. Now, some persons are already getting relief items, especially from churches, sending relief items to their members. We got somebody who said, they did not mention the name of the church, but then we had people saying that they are getting relief items from their churches and what have you. Well, Cavitin Helicopters premises sealed off in Port Harcourt. You remember that about 2 days ago, there was a flight into Port Harcourt, and Governor Wike went there, and the pilots of the helicopter they were arrested, and they have been prosecuted. They have been remanded, and then the case is being adjourned, I think, till May thereabouts. And so the Minister for Aviation had tried to, I don't know what they're doing now, but then the latest that we heard was that he was already looking into the matter, that, the governor had no right to arrest the pilots. But then they have gone ahead now to seal off the whole of Cavitin Helicopters, just to, enlighten you, those of you who do not know what Cavitin Helicopters are, or who they are. They are private helicopter, passenger helicopters. They do business. They're into business, and so what they do is to move people around. So I think one of the issues, one major issue was that there was a lockdown in River State, and they expected that the government expected that no flights are supposed to come in or bring people, because they believe that when a flight comes in, they actually brought people. So that's it on that. So Cavitin is being shut down in Port Harcourt at the moment. Russia builds a 42 billion naira hospital for COVID-19 patients in 1 month. That's a very, very good development. NCDC denies spending 1 billion naira on SMS, says it's fake news. A lot of us have been receiving SMS from NCDC. For those of you who do not know what NCDC means, they are the ones in charge of checking. They're the ones you're getting updates from. They are the ones that you have been getting information from regarding this epidemic or pandemic in Nigeria, all over the world anyway. But Nigeria it is NCDC that is doing the relation with the people. So it is. They have said that it's a rumor that they had spent 1 billion naira on SMSs, sending SMSs. So it's not, they are saying that they did not do that, if people are thinking that they actually spent that. In Taraba, let's move on quickly. In Taraba, the government had relaxed the lockdown in Taraba. To allow for Tarabans because of their compliances in that place. So it had been relaxed in those places, and some other places actually had relaxed it, especially for them to be able to celebrate Easter, even though it's going to be under check. There are rules and laws guiding how you're going to go about, spending or celebrating Easter. 200 US-based Nigerians are willing to be evacuated. 200 US-based are willing to be evacuated. Now, Godfrey Eyema, Minister of Foreign Affairs, says about 200 Nigerians in the United States are now willing to be evacuated to Nigeria over COVID-19. With over 300,000 confirmed cases, the U.S. is the worst hit country. The U.S. is the worst hit country now. They had overtaken China, where the whole thing started, and it's becoming an issue. You remember that they were even supposed to take out their, U.S. citizens from Nigeria, and they had to. We do not have the update on that at the moment, but the last that we heard was that they couldn't leave when they had to, or when they were supposed to leave, because of some issues they had with some other countries where they had to pass through. But then one of the reasons that they mentioned was that, look, if you are coming in, we are not going to be responsible for your medicals. You will have to pay for your medicals, and also, considering the fact that all medical facilities were already filled up, and looking at, not being able to curtail the situation yet, I think they are reluctant, bringing anybody in. But then 200 Nigerians in the US have signified interest in returning to Nigeria. Well, we do not know. Let's see what's going to happen about that. Discourse, FG agree on 2 months free electricity for Nigerian. Well, somebody did a meme and said, look, if you do not get the free food, sort of, you enjoy the fuel that the price had reduced from 145 to 123 or to 125. And he said, if you do not get that one also, and at least you would have gotten an alert in your on your bank account. If you do not get that one, at least you can use electricity for free for the next 2 months. The FG, federal government are on them, and the electricity board are on that, and we're sure that they will get through with that. 22 new cases of coronavirus in Nigeria, a total of 276, and 6 deaths, 44 discharged. 44 discharged. And so that is the latest, on coronavirus numbers. That of course, you now have the numbers of people who the confirmed cases. We have 276. Maybe I should just do a breakdown for you so that you just know where is where. In Lagos alone, we now have 145, cases there. In FCT, we have 54. That's increasing from what we had yesterday. And we in Osun, it had remained 20. Of course, Oyo 11 in. Edo 12, and Bauchi 8, in Akwa Ibom 5, in Kaduna 5, Ogun 4, Enugu 2, Ekiti 2, Rivers 2, Benue 1, Ondo 1, Kwara 2, Delta 1, Katsina 1. We are trusting and believing that if these numbers don't increase, which we strongly believe that it will not, especially in Osun and other states, and everywhere. Let me not be biased with my decision or conclusions, but then if it doesn't increase, we're sure to have a relaxed lockdown. I mean, it's not funny at all. It's not funny. Well, so that is it on COVID-19. All right, welcome back. This is still Serious Matters with me. Funke Akindele and her husband. Some legal practitioners have said that in the eyes of the law, popular Nollywood actress Funke Akindele and her husband are now ex-convicts. Well, just as that might be true. They are saying that except pronouncements set aside, until pronouncements set aside, they are ex-convict. Well, Funke Akindele were seen somewhere in Lagos, carrying out aside of the social responsibilities that was given to her, to clean up some areas and within the particular period of time. Recall that Akindele and her husband, popularly known as JJ Skills, on April 4 held a party at their residence with over 20 persons in attendance. The duo later appeared in court charged with contravening regulations and of the Lagos State Infectious Disease Emergency Prevention Regulation 2020, and therefore committed an offense under Section 58 of the Public Health laws of Lagos State. The law deals with the social distancing policy targeting and minimizing large gathering and the efforts of containing the dreaded coronavirus pandemic. Now, let me also bring to your notice that Naira Marley and the other persons that were arrested also had been told to give, they had been relieved of persecution, but then sure they're going to apologize do. I'm sure they'll do that by writing, apologizing to the governor of Lagos State and also to the presidents, because they're the ones that were disobeyed. That's it on their cases. So I think it's just Funke, Akindele, and her husband who are going through. It's very interesting. I want to believe that they are going to, because they have learned their lessons. And Funke being a very nice person, she has spoken severally saying that she's sorry. Yes, some person said that, she said, you see, it's all about, she said, somebody said that this thing. But one of the stories that we heard was that they are working on a new video, and most of the cast and crew were with them on Amen Estates where she stays, and the lockdown met them there. And since it met them there, a lot of them just felt, well, we're okay here. It's as good as being at home. Let us just be together. And that was how, it wasn't like she had any party, whatever. No. She didn't have. It wasn't like they were having any party. But then that was what we heard anyway. But then she's already doing what she was told to do, and then the law has taken its course, and they are doing what they're supposed to do. Well, your opinion. Funke Akindele and her husbands are ex-convicts until pronouncements set aside. What's your opinion on that? Especially if you are a legal practitioner, please enlighten us and let us know what you feel about this. Now, you remember that some Africans were being thrown out of their hotels and their rooms and their houses, in China, because there were conclusions that they were the ones who were bringing in coronavirus into their country. A lot of them are on the streets. But kudos to the United States. Now, the US finally came to the rescue of Africans pushed into the streets by the Chinese government officials. Here today, few moments ago, the US come to their rescue with food. You remember they haven't slept under any shelter for days, not been fed any meal. Crisis reveal good friendship. Well, somebody said another proof of genuine friendship from the US to Africans in China. How do you throw a man into the streets amidst pandemic? That's cruelty. Seriously, it's not funny at all. But then thank you very much to the United States for coming to the rescue. But I also think that the African nations to which these people or these persons who are on the streets belong to should also come to their aid. It shouldn't take long, before, you come to their aid. At least I believe that we have ambassadors in these nations. We have embassies in these nations. I'm sure there are Nigerians amongst those people who were thrown out. So there should be something done about this. I mean, we're looking at it and it's not funny. It's not funny. I just wonder how these Chinese people are thinking, or what's really, really happening. Why they came to that conclusion, or how they came about that conclusion that Africans are the ones bringing coronavirus. And then we saw another video where they were destroying, a 5G mast. Just wondering, a lot of confusion, especially in that part of the world. Well, it's okay. Thank you very much to the US for coming to the aid of Africans on the streets of China amidst this pandemic. Thank you very much. God bless you.